then you, sir, even more than we thought, have fooled us. Yes!
Right, so we're going to head round to my garage where I keep the magic stuff I don't use anymore. So,
Right, so this is...
genuinely didn't leave these here on purpose. Look at these. Haha. 1, 2, 3 DVDs. I see a giveaway coming up. Okay, so here we are, guys. We are going to go through the method on how I fooled Penn Teller as promised. Before we get started with that, while I was in the garage looking for the gimmick, I found these. This is Urban. This is a DVD I released 2005, 2006, a long time ago. You can see I had hair and everything. All right, so this teaches some of my routines, my ambitious card routine. It teaches how to throw cards really far, because I've got a knack of throwing cards far. So this is Urban. I'll be sending out 3 copies to you guys. So all you need to do to win these is to comment below. Leave a comment, like the video, and I will choose 3 at random. In fact, I'll get my son Logan to choose 3 people at random, and I'll get him to do it on a video, so you'll see him choosing it, so you know it's all fair and above board. So before we do that, let's go into the comment section on the video, because the part for me I was most proud of, it wasn't so much the views. You put the word Penn Teller on a video, it's going to get a lot of views. There's them that's making that happen, not me. But the comments, the more comments you have, the more people are actually interested in what you did. So I'm really proud of the fact it's got 1,000 comments. So I want to read out a couple of them now, just so you see how people thought this could have been done. We've had, I figured it out. This is from C4567. I figured it out. The guy had 1 million pieces of paper hidden all over his clothing, and depending on what happened, he would pull out the right piece of paper. Probably. This one, my favourite, is one of my favourites because of the response. Someone put, he has a small printer in his shoe, and the response was just laugh my fucking arse off. All right, so yeah, it wasn't a printer in my shoe. Didn't have 1 million pieces of paper. Let's have another look. Easiest explanation ever, you can see into the future? Not so much. The big black box. Now this is the most common of the guesses. The big black box to the right of the table. My theory is that there's someone in it writing everything down, and during the show when they were doing the rock, paper, scissors, he walked over there and they slipped a piece of paper into his shoe. They put Teller wins in one side and Penn wins in the other. Now this is a really clever method. I love clever method? A clever method, because it would have been a great idea to get the results on my person before the last thing was done, and all you need to do then is write Teller wins or Penn wins. So it's actually a clever idea. So yeah, I'm not going to mock that one. But there was nobody in that. That was just the production team made that for the darts to sit on at the beginning, so the darts weren't just on the floor. But it was big enough to hide someone in, so it worked as a nice red herring. I was hoping that Penn Teller would say maybe that's where it was. They didn't fall for that, so it wasn't there. There was nobody else hidden on stage. No midgets in that box, which is another very popular one. Did he just lie and say, nope, that's not how I did it? I don't know if you know, but when you do fool us, you have to give the method in writing to Johnny Thompson, who's the adjudicator, and then he can tell Jonathan Ross whether I'm lying or telling the truth. So you can't really lie. So that wasn't how it was done either. You, sir, can write with your toe. Nope. There's a midget in the dark case. A lot of people thought there was someone in that box, and they put it out. I like the there was a little person with nice handwriting who was secured in the plinth. Not just small, but lovely handwriting too. I feel sorry for whoever was crammed in that little black box thing. You get the idea. Most people thought that there was somebody else hidden on stage who was writing it all down and then slipped it in my shoe. I'll explain what happened very quickly. When the rock, paper, scissors, they sort of go, but, and I'll walk off to that black box. On the live performance, they had done about 9 of those, because Teller had never played rock, paper, scissors. So what Penn was trying to do was signalling him, say, you do this, so that, you do this, so that Penn could do this, so that Teller would win. But Teller didn't know what he was going on about, so they kept doing the same thing like over and over, maybe 9 times. It went on forever. So I walked off like, ugh. And then as I walked off, they did it, and there was a winner. So it looked like there was no reason for me to walk away, when in fact there was a very valid reason. Anyway, enough about how it wasn't done. When I blagged that audition, I knew that I had to get a piece of paper into my shoe with what they had done written down on it. That was the plan. So in my head I had to discount every method that had already been existed, which is the paper goes down. Everyone uses gravity to get the paper in the shoe, whether it's for your trouser leg or whatever else. I couldn't switch it. It had to be in there. I told them that, and it had to go not go down, or they would have figured it out. In fact, that was their guess. So what I did was to make the paper go up, and I'll show you how. I went out and bought a pair of shoes. These are the ones I wore on the show. Not my style of shoe at all. If you know anything about me or seen any of my videos, I'm always wearing trainers. So the reason I bought this is because the sole is made up of 3 layers. It's called a Goodyear welt sole. So it's got 3 layers of leather to this sole, which is a good quality shoe, which I've worn like 3 times. So that was key. So that was a pair of shoes I bought. This is the right shoe. This is the one where it all happened. What I did was to butcher it hugely, but importantly, I butchered it in a certain way. I cut out this section here. I don't even see. All right, so this big section was cut out first. So this was there was another layer of sole in there. So I cut out this section here, which was this. This got cut out from the shoe and taken away. Then what we did was we cut a smaller section out inside. So what this did, it left a lip around the outside of the inside, if that makes any sense. It left a lip inside the shoe. That allowed us to place 3 of these very strong magnets inside. All right, so there were 3 magnets lipped inside the shoe. Nothing was protruding from the outside. It was a flat shoe. I could walk around in it, and these were coloured in black as well at the time. It's just that over the years the black's come off, so we coloured those in black. So I had a black and a black sock. It was all very much hidden with black art. So that was what we did to the shoe. The piece we took off, we put magnets here. I say we, it was a friend of mine helped. So magnet here, magnet here, magnet here. So they matched up with the magnets at the bottom. So essentially, my shoe became a piece of Lego. All right. Now, when we did the rehearsal, I told you I messed up. I'll show you the 2 things that happened in rehearsal that I messed up. First of all, when I stepped on this, my only job was to step on this, clunk, and it would go back together. It was the simplest thing in the world. Really strong magnets, it just pushed back together. I wasn't looking properly, I stepped on it like this. So literally I walked out and this bit was hanging off the end of my shoe like this. It looked amazing. So that's how the rehearsal ended up. So that wasn't good. So I had to make sure I looked down and hit it. I was trying not to look in rehearsal because it gave it away, but I thought it was better to look and be sure. The second thing that happened was the magnets were really loud. Clunk! Like when I stepped on it, it was like an empty studio, and it was like the noise just went. It was massive. So I had to get rid of the noise as well. The third thing was that when the paper was on this, and I'll show you how we got this on stage, it kept rolling off. Because it was just a flat piece of leather, so it kept rolling off. So to cure this bit, I just looked down. I just made sure I looked what I was doing. So you'll see that in the performance. As Teller's walking on stage, I looked down and I tapped the table with my hands just to sort of go, yes, I stepped on it right. So that was me just doing the one move I had to do in the whole trick. Second, to hide the noise of the magnets, I made sure when Teller came up on stage, everyone gave him a massive round of applause. Teller, bring Teller up on stage, thank you. And the noise of the crowd hid the magnets. So that was 2 problems solved. The third was quite simple. We just built with some foam that we found. We glued on a little trench. So when the piece of paper went in, it couldn't roll out. All right. So that was the shoe now set up. In the performance, you'll see, I mean, they edited it very kindly towards me, but when they go and sit down, a table is brought on for the briefcase to go on top of. In the leg of the table, there was a hollow cut out at the bottom, and this was just sitting on the floor in the table leg. All right, so that was hidden away in there. Off stage, it was just being written down as they did it. When he put Teller wins rather than Teller wins paper over rock, we wanted that so it gave the idea that maybe there was another piece of paper in the other shoe, so I could have taken it off Matthew Beach style and gone, nope, and had no written in the other shoe, which I did. So that was that. Yeah, essentially that's the gimmick. So the table comes on. As I bring Teller back up on stage, I step on this, and now I'm done, clean. The glove that was in the briefcase was a little nod to the trick that they did on the original Fool Us pilot, where they had the phone in the fish. They do a thing where they say, oh, the phone could end up in all sorts of places, and they put the glove on. So that was just my nod to their joke in the original pilot. but also worked as a lovely piece of misdirection to then bringing this thing up. So basically, guys, that's the method. That's what I did. It's very simple. And when I said to you that Edward was talking sense when he said if you have a crazy idea, 2 days later you can do it, any one of you could have worn this shoe, got on to do a whole bunch of stuff, and then stepped on that. All right, so all my years of practicing card magic and training, essentially I had to step on a piece of shoe. All right, that was the that's all I had to do. So yeah, this little idea, and you can see I've cut it with a spoon pretty much. I mean, that is the one and only prototype I made, and that got me a trip to Vegas and 5 million views on YouTube for a shoe with some magnets in it. So yeah, it wasn't so much the performance. I was really nervous because obviously I stepped on the wrong part in rehearsal, and also I was walking around with a bloody great big hole in my shoe, and I was very scared to sort of walk normally and it'd just be really obvious on camera. So yeah, that was that. I mean, I could have gotten to do anything. I don't know why I chose darts and words. I have no clue. Could have picked something much more fun, but again, I didn't have much time. So if you get a chance, have a look at the same. I'll leave a link below. It's on my channel. There's a video of me doing this in a live show that I'm doing on my show, and you can see how much more fun I have with it, because I think it's more about, with something like this, it's gonna work, the method's there, it's not, there's nothing to do, so you may as well make the process as interesting from beginning to end as you can. All right, so there we are, guys. As promised, the method on how I fooled Penn and Teller. Disappointing, isn't it? But the thinking was there. The thinking was the nice part. So props to Edward for figuring that out. That's how you fool Penn and Teller, with a nice idea. Don't forget to leave a comment below. I've got 3 of these to send out, and I will choose them. Well, Logan, my 6-month-old son, will choose them at random when he wakes up from his nap. So please share, comment, like, and I hope that it wasn't too disappointing, the method for you, and you enjoyed the video. Thanks very much. Big love. Peace out. Well, I hope you enjoyed the explanation of how I fooled Penn and Teller. Just, I thought I'd show you a little bar bet. This is something I do to win a few drinks when I'm out and about. All you need is a pen, a hole punch, a coin, and a pack of cards. So let me show you what you need to do. First, get a card chosen. It'll be at random. I won't get Laurel to do it, only because it's very hard to film and do it at the same time. So pick a name, Laurel. Is that in your mind?
That's, yeah, good,
it's
good
amazing.
name, yeah.
Thank you. All right. So that is, you can just, with your hand, you can check those are actual. Yep, they're good. Oh, no, so we'll get your hand out here. Can't touch a card, it's a fake. And you just take the hole punch and you punch a hole in the card. All right, you should be able to see that now. Yeah?
Yeah.
So the idea is, you say to somebody, I want you to try and get the coin through the hole without making a tear in the card. Any ideas, son?
No.
You've got one idea at least. Shrink the coin? Can't be done, right? So you borrow the coin. So what you do, people look at it face up. You need to look at it face down so you can see what's going on. With the hole, it still doesn't go through, but if you take the hole like this and you actually pull, you can start to stretch that hole right out. See, much easier. Now the coin fits straight through, and obviously you need to repair the hole, or else there will be problems. You give them back the card, you give them back the coin, they can have everything, and you can have a drink on them. Try it. Works a treat. Hi. As we're giving away secrets, I'll show you one more secret. This is something that I do to anyone that heckles or now it's done, all that stuff. You know, at a gig. Come closer. I'll show you. You say, look, the secret to magic is in my hand. Come, can you see it? Come closer. Look. Come, you see inside here. I'll show you. Come close. Can you see it? Come closer. That is how magic is done. That's how I deal with haters. Prop dog magic for that. Wonderful stuff. Well done, Dave Bonsall. Cheers, guys.